Welcome guys, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about tattoo line work and how difficult it is, because believe me, there is a lot to learn about this. I'm not going to be teaching you anything, but I'm just going to be going over my thoughts and feelings about it. So without further ado, let's get going. Right then, so let's talk tattoo lines. The foundations of every tattoo is the line work. Unless you're doing realism, correct me if I'm wrong, haters comment below. I'm ready for that. But line work does have places in realism. I know that, for hair and texture and things like that. But anyway, for the style I want to get into, line work is a foundation for it. Mostly neo-trad and Japanese is where my excitement lies. And biomech. But yeah, that's where the excitement lies and where I am drawn to artistically. I've tried my hand at realism and it's quite simply, it just frustrates me. So, lines, we're deviating from the point. Line work, how hard is it? It is bloody difficult. And I can say this from a guy that has practiced countless hours on fake skin. Well, practice skin, fake skin, whatever you like to call it. It's hard. It's hard to get over that shakiness with your hands. It's hard to get your hand in the right position so you can pull the line in one consistent swoop. And I like to call it the swoop. Just get a nice flow to your line work. I did a massive, I wouldn't say no, but back when before my apprenticeship, tattooing, teaching myself how to tattoo, I started on some really terrible fake skin. It was like that thin. It was ridiculous. It wasn't real skin. It was something I bought really cheaply off Amazon. And don't skimp on materials is what I pretty much want to say from that. But practicing on fake skin for hours and hours. And then I did this little tattoo here on myself, and yeah, as you can see, it's not the greatest. Even after practicing for, I say, tens of hours on fake skin, you won't get the feeling of real skin whatsoever. As you can see from some of the lines here, it was scratchy. I had to go in twice, which is usually a no-go unless you're sculpting lines and trying to create a bolder outline. From what I've learned, from what I've been researching and everyone's talking about to get bold line work. But yeah, this is what happened. The thing is that fake skin will not teach you how to stretch, which I did not do properly on this. I know the stretch wasn't there. My depth was all over the place, as you can see. My hand speed was completely off. Machine, can't remember what voltage I run this at, probably at about a 7. Wasn't running the machine particularly high. And when I say this is done with a rotary, this was done by a Ghost Reaper pen. With I think a 5-round liner. Yeah, it was a 5-round using dynamic black, and yeah, well, it was shocking. Let's put it this way. Let's get rid of that. And it was just simply the hardest thing to do. I mean, drawing lines with a steady hand is one thing, but tattooing them is a completely different kettle of fish. So, how have I tried to solve that problem? Well, practicing drawing, I practice drawing with a one strike sort of attitude. Once it's on the paper or canvas, if I'm painting, it's there. You can't correct it, it is there. And that I try to keep with the mentality of that is it. Because with tattooing, there's no second guessing. If you're going big-ish, I would say, because we all know the rules about cover-ups, you have to go big. Well, bigger and darker than what you've got. So my method is one strike, one kill for my lines when I'm drawing. As I said, I draw quite a bit. Now I do draw quite a bit of neo-trad and Japanese and dabbling in the biomech side of things. So one strike, one kill. A lot of people out there will advise you to buy notebooks with lines in them. I have tried and follow the lines with the pen. I have tried that method. To be honest with you, it doesn't really work that well for me. Steadiness, it's got my steadiness there and it's got my lines more consistent, but I feel that the solid line on the paper, you can't actually see that much deviation in your lines if you've got a little wobble here and there. I've taken to quite recently, work is going to shoot me for saying this when they find out what I'm doing, but there's little telephone message post-its that have got little dotted lines on them. And every now and again when it's quiet, there's nobody to serve, nobody to ask for assistance or anything like that, I quietly just sit there and pull these lines. There's only about 6-7 lines on the page, but just pull about 6-7 2 to 3 inch lines on the dotted line, trying to follow and match up all the dots. And to be honest with you, that has helped. That has helped massively. But there is a but to this. It still isn't the same as holding a machine in your hand. And as I explained in my previous video, that my apprenticeship, they want me to use coils. No problem with that. Love coils. Love them, love the sound of them, love the old school feel. It's absolutely fantastic. So, way they've set me up on my shop, my mentor has given me one of her machines and she has shoved a biro straight through where the tube goes. And she was just like, there you go, have that. Practice drawing circles and lines. Brilliant. Been doing that, and that was another bit of advice: just draw straight lines and circles, straight lines and circles. But without that machine in hand, getting that muscle memory to get your wrist and your hand strong enough and used to having that weight of that machine pulling that hand away from the skin or piece of paper, contact mechanism, it isn't going to be the same. So when I've been in the shop, all I've been doing is I'm going to put my foot in it here and I'm just going to say I have been printing off line drawings, taking no credit for it whatsoever, just printing off basically simple skulls, roses, dragons, things like that, printing them off at the shop, getting a piece of tracing paper, getting that machine out the drawer and just tracing. Shoot me down if I'm doing it the wrong way, but because I'm not using a grip with the machine I've got at the shop, they're making it hard for me. So it's really, really teaching me how to just get my fingers holding that point of the pen properly so I can pull the lines and, well, yeah, to be honest with you, drawing and tracing straight lines with the machine in your hand will be helpful, but you're not going to be tattooing perfectly straight lines all the time, my opinion, and that's not where I want to go. Geometric tattoos have their place, and I think they look fucking badass, don't get me wrong. If they're crisp lines, right shade in the right places, and colour packed in the right places, don't get me wrong, they're fucking amazing. There's some fucking amazing geometric tattoos out there. Anyway, digressing again. So, doing these curved lines and just tracing, really, just to get the feel of pulling the line. Hey, one day the shop was quiet. I got the machine out, I printed out a design. It was a Neotrad skulls and rose design. Clipped the tracing paper to the paper, and I took it over to the tattooing chair, and I mimicked tattooing it on a thigh and getting my body in that weird position, because tattooers out there watching me, you know what positions you have to get in to tattoo your client if you get that way. So yeah, I was hunkered over, I was placing my arms, so dealing with the arm of the chair. Obviously should have removed, well, did I remove it? I think I removed it, but getting in different places and everything, moving the chair I was sitting on, moving everything, but not moving that piece of paper, executing those lines and finding a way that my hand was comfortable to pull those lines in one movement without stopping and starting and everything. So, and by the end of it, my right arm was a bit painful. I'm not going to lie there, and my hand was a bit painful, and not using the grip was, yeah, that's been difficult, not using the grip, but it has helped. It has helped massively, which goes on to tracing and tattooing, which I'll do another video on, but I think it has its place. Yes, you've got to know how to draw, you've got to know how values and things like that, but for line work, I think tracing has its place, and without it, I wouldn't have got as far as I have done. And yeah, you've still got to have the skill to put in what you've got down in front of you, and that, yeah, that's my attitude on that, really. But in essence, and into conclusion, line work, it's damn hard. It is really damn hard, and it's not something that can be picked up overnight, but anybody can learn to do it if you're willing to put the hours, because that's what it takes. It's hours and hours and hours to develop a skill, because it's a skill at the end of the day. Some people might have got a gift that they will learn quicker than others, but nobody's exempt from learning these techniques and skills to pull clean, crisp lines, and that's what I'm aiming for, is the one pass, one kill, beautiful line work that you see some of my my idols, as it were, the tattooists I look up to and aspire to be one day. Got a long road ahead of me, long road, but that's the fun of the game, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So yeah, that's my conclusion, really. It's bloody hard. Practice is key, and don't be that person like I was and put the tattoo on himself that he did. But it was on me, and it was a learning curve, and I was just like, oh, okay, not as easy as it seems. Back to practicing, and yeah, it's just like, don't be that guy or girl, sorry, to be that person that just thinks that they've practiced on fake skin for hours and hours and hours and think, oh yeah, I can pull a line on someone else. because you're just going to mess someone up. And if you do it the size that I did it, it ain't going to be easy for someone to sort out, and you will get hate. I'm not going to say it, I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. You're going to ruin things before you've even began. So do it the proper way. Thank God my mentor saw me at one moment in time, was like, ho ho, horsey, come back here. You need to learn a bit more, which was great and fantastic in every way to do that. So yeah, just keep at it, guys, and I will show you my progress as it goes on, and yeah, we'll look at some work and see what it goes on in future videos. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, guys. You've been absolute gems who watched this far. If you've got this far, don't forget to click that like button down below and hit that subscribe button, which should be around here. Well, 90% of the time it is on YouTube, depending on what you're watching it on. But yeah, the support is always appreciated. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.